Hello viewers, myself Satyavrata Nanda, working as a lecturer in English in the Department of Higher Education Odisha. Welcome to my YouTube channel Satyavrata Nanda's English classes. Today I am making my video in yet another natural place. In this video we will discuss on the age of Chaucer. The age starts in 1340 and it ends in 1400. Though some believe that the age starts in 1343 with the birth of Chaucer. This age is marked by several significant events and occurrences like famine, Black Death, revolts in Flanders, France, and other places, rival popes, Lollard movement, and the Hundred Years' War. The Hundred Years' War was started in 1337 till 1453. The Black Death occurred in 1348 and 1350. With the leadership of Wat Tyler, the peasants revolted in 1381. This age is considered as the first transitional age or the age of transition. We have five transitions in this age. The first one is from prose to poetry. The Anglo-Saxons were fond of using decasyllabic language, that is prose, but in Chaucer's age, the writers started writing in the verse form. The second transition is from descriptive literature to narrative literature. That is, instead of giving unnecessary description, they started dealing with the story. The third transition is from idealistic literature to realistic literature. In Anglo-Saxon period, the writers were not aware of the vices of the society. But in Chaucer's age, the writers took a very realistic approach at pointing out the vices of the society. The best example is Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales. The fourth transition is from local to standard languages. The standard languages were French, Latin, and English. The fifth transition is from French and Latin language to English. English became the language of court in 1362 and language of the parliament in 1363. English replaced French from school syllabus in 1386. The 14th century was a period of great political, social, religious, and literary activity. Politically, it was a period of Hundred Years' War, which released and strengthened the feelings of national consciousness and patriotism both in England and France. People began to realize that they were Englishmen or Frenchmen, and the idea of a holy empire evaporated from their thoughts. The victory at the Battle of Crecy, 1346, and of Poitiers, 1356, made Englishmen fervent patriots. As these crucial battles were largely won by the English yeomen, middle class sprang up to ascendancy. It gradually grabbed power from the hands of the nobility. The English Parliament came into prominence. Josserland says, from the end of the 14th century, an Englishman could already say, as he does today, my business is not the business of the state, but the business of the state is my business. The age of Chaucer witnessed a rapid growth in trade and commerce. The English people shed off their insularity and became travelers, returning with wider interests and a larger horizon. England became commercially important. Small traders and handicrafts grew into power and began to behave like aldermen and well to do citizens. As for the literary activities, the age of Chaucer witnessed the rise of the English language. The English language was standardized, and the East Midland dialect became the language of London and the universities. The other dialects, Southern, Northumbrian, and Kentish, rapidly disappeared from literature. It was the work of Chaucer who made the dialect of London the standard for future writers and the parent of current modern English. The Canterbury Tales is a landmark in the history of English literature as well as in the English language. The era witnessed the foundation of an English prose style. Earlier specimens have been experimental or purely imitative. In the work of Mandeville and Mallory, we have prose that is both original and individual. The English tongue is now ripe for a prose style. The age of anonymity, when authors did not give out their names, passed away, and the authors of the age of Chaucer were in favor of revealing their identity. The greater number of books of this period can definitely be ascribed. In spite of throng of lesser writers, the age has five outstanding and prominent literary figures. We have the anonymous authors of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight and the Pearl. There are Langland, Gower, Wycliffe, and above all Chaucer. Wycliffe, the translator of the Bible, was a versatile and vigorous prose writer. Prose writers like Wycliffe, Mandeville, and Mallory developed a prose style. In the department of poetry, Chaucer, Langland, and Gower rendered incalculable and meritorious services. The main literary forms developed in poetry were the allegory, the ballad, descriptive and narrative poems, and the metrical romances. New meters like the rhyme royal, Ottawa rhyme, and heroic couplet came into fashion. In my next video, I will speak on Geoffrey Chaucer, one of the prominent writers of the 14th century. Hope this video will be helpful to all the NET aspirants and the PG entrance aspirants. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel, comment, share, and like the video. Thank you. Bye for now.